So, do you feel like you're doing everything in your relationship and you're just exhausted and tired of it? Okay. And what you really want is your man's devotion. You want to feel adored and cherished and important like you used to. Okay. I remember when I was in this exact situation, I just felt drained. I was really doing everything. I was doing the cooking, the cleaning, the child rearing, like literally 80 to 90% of everything. And I was just got to a place where I was burnt out. I was really over functioning. It's how I saw relationships modeled to me as a child. So, of course, then I would do that as an adult because that's how I thought that it worked. You know, if you work really hard, then you'll get the love that you want. If you do everything for your guy, then he'll be loyal and he'll stay. How many of us believe those bullshit lies? I know I did. So, I'm going to talk today about, and this is what I teach in my Inspire His Devotion program that's opening up really soon. The waitlist is going to be below. Okay, if you're interested in that, if you want to stop feeling trained and you want to feel adored and deeply loved and deeply connected to your man like you used to. Okay, so this is if you're in a long-term relationship, you're married, whatever. Okay, and also these tools will work really for anyone, but that's what it's about, is how do you really get what? Okay, you might hear my dogs in the background. I have two lab puppies that I rescued who were abandoned. What kind of shit is that, right? So hopefully they don't knock over the tripod. That would suck. All right, let's see. So, and this better be public. I'm gonna be really mad. I'm pretty sure I hit the public button. Let me double check. Can I? I don't know if I can double check. Okay, I'm gonna cross my fingers that it's live. Okay, so these are just my notes when you see me looking down. Okay, so I was really doing the cooking, the cleaning, the child rearing, and I was fixing all the problems. I was doing all the emotional labor. Okay, and when you overfunction, you train your man to underfunction. Okay, so that means you're doing 80-90% of everything and he's doing barely anything, because why would he? Because you're doing it. You're doing everything, right? So I was doing this and I just kind of hit a wall and I was completely done. Okay, so instead of being a fiance who was loved and adored, instead I became the manager and the mother. Okay, from doing everything and over functioning. And today I'm going to talk about what I share in my Inspire His Devotion program so that you can stop doing everything and start getting the love, the cherishing, the adoration, and your man's devotion that you really want. Okay, so the first one is stop repeating and explaining, okay, and telling him what to do. He already knows what you want, okay? But what's going to happen is when you've been telling your guy what to do for so long and he's just been hearing you kind of complain and nag over and over and over again, we think, okay, maybe I didn't explain it right. Maybe he didn't hear me, so I have to tell him again. No, sweetheart. He already fucking knows what you want from him. He already knows. He's just not doing it, okay? Because he's tired of feeling controlled and unaccepted, okay? Hi, Emily. Hi. So, okay, he already knows. So this is what you need to do. Silence, okay? Silence equals magnetism. If you want to get that love, adoration, the cherishing, okay, when you become silent, and I'm not talking about like a silent treatment. I'm talking about like you trust it's going to happen, okay? I need to leave him alone. I need to focus on amazing me. My phone is wobbly. Stop wobbling, phone. Okay, I need to focus on amazing me. So the last time you felt really good, what was it that you were doing that has nothing to do with your guy? Maybe you were painting, maybe you were drawing, maybe you took a class. Okay, one time I took a pole dancing class as a really gutsy thing, and they have them now. And that can be a way for you to really increase your feminine side and become more magnetic and alluring. And it's just empowering, right? Okay, so what was it the last thing that you were doing that made you just feel like fucking gold? Do that. When you want to complain and focus on him and tell him what he's not doing, all that, then, hi, Anthony. I thought I said Emily. Anthony, what's wrong with me? I am wearing glasses. Okay, when you want to point out everything he's doing wrong, okay, you're going to say, nope. What can I do right now that makes me feel good? Because that's what my program's all about. And it's going to be in the details at the end. Or you can go to sabrinaphoenix.com and you can sign up for the priority list. Okay, it's only going to have 10 people. So What can you do right now that makes you feel good right now that has nothing to do with your guy, okay? This is how you start increasing your magnetism? Your magneticness. I can't even say it right. That's how you start becoming more magnetic and desirable to him like you used to be before you started being mommy and manager, okay? All right, so this is what happened to me. With my fiance, that's what I became, mommy and manager. Instead of being who I was when we met, the fun, happy-go-lucky person, I started to change with all the responsibilities because I was afraid that if I didn't do everything, it wouldn't get done. Yes, it'll get done. And if it doesn't, okay. The world is not going to end. We have to stop catastrophizing. And when I didn't take the trash out one time, or when I didn't cook his dinner one time, the world did not end. I promise you. What happened was he was just like, there's no dinner. He came home and I was like, yeah, we just had sandwiches. And I went on about my business and he made his own dinner. You don't have to do everything all the time. These are just habitual patterns and habits that we have gotten into that we can stop, okay? Because I'm telling you, you're not going to be the guy that you were. You're not going to be the woman that you were when you first met, that he was desired, super attracted to, and you feel deeply connected with by doing everything and then feeling exhausted, resentful, and angry 24/7. I promise you. So you're not going to get his devotion by continuing to do that. Okay, so I went down a rabbit trail. So the first one is silence. He already knows what to do. Yes. I'm looking at the comments. He already knows what to do. Okay, so all you got to do is say, no, I'm not going to focus on him. I'm going to focus on me and what makes me feel good. Those are the dogs if you hear them in the background, okay? Silence. Move in silence. Remember, this isn't silent treatment. This is, okay, I'm going to focus on what makes me feel good. Think about it. You're irritated because he isn't helping you clean. Okay, it's a Saturday. You go get yourself a massage or go for a run or go to a park and take the dogs, the kids with you, whatever. Go to the park, have fun. Just say, hey, babe, you know, we're going to go hang out in the park, whatever. Whatever it is that makes you feel good, not something that's like a chore, okay? And when you're out doing that thing, literally focus on how good it feels. And for once, he's going to feel like, whoa, where is she? What is she doing? Like, what's going on? Then the more he starts to think about you, you know, without that pressure. Because if you're thinking constantly about him and what he's doing and he's not doing and how you're disappointed and angry and everything, right? Because of his lack of effort, which is totally normal, by the way, to be freaking pissed, okay? He's going to notice that distance, and that's good. The distance is good, okay? And what we're talking about. We're not talking about distance as in silent treatment or distance as in he's distanced himself. We're talking about natural distance that happens in relationships, and distance is good, okay? It keeps the spark alive. All right, so the first one is move in silence. This makes you more magnetic. Remember, this isn't silent treatment. This is just simply you focus on you and doing what makes you feel good, okay? Number 2, stop fixing or helping your guy. I go more into depth with this in my Inspire His Devotion program. So what this does is feels like pressure and control to him. You're not going to get a guy he's barely giving you anything. It feels like crumbs. He's uninterested. He's more focused on work and his hobbies. You're not going to get him interested again like you used to feel when you first met, okay, by trying to fix, help, or tell him what to do. That would do the opposite. That creates pressure. Pressure is control for him, and he's going to hate that. I promise you. So what it looked like for me is I just stopped. I just shut up, basically, because I was so entrenched in these patterns that I just started monitoring and being mindful of myself 24/7, all day, every day. And I would catch myself wanting to tell him what to do. I would catch myself, I can't speak Spanish. I would catch myself trying to help or fix and just say, okay, well, what do I need right now? What do I want right now? Because I got so far away from me, the real me, okay? And I was living my life mostly out of obligation and not what felt good to me. And then I expected my man and my relationship to fill that hole inside of me because I didn't know how to do it myself. So when I would ask myself, what did I want? I didn't know. I didn't know. So start with what feels good. What feels good, and then do that. Okay? So stop fixing and helping. This is pressure. Okay? And he will never step up, give you the effort, or start treating you like he used to with pressure or fixing or telling him what to do. He doesn't want a manager. He wants a lover. He doesn't want a mommy. He wants a lover. Okay? All right, let's see. And then stop doing it all. My thing is wobbly. Stop wobbling. Maybe it's me. Okay, there we go. Stop doing it all. And you may be like, well, if I don't do everything, it won't get done. I promise you it will. It eventually will. Stick to the things. So if you're doing 80%, I want you to scale it back to 20, 25%. Like the kids need to eat. Period. The kids need to eat. Unless they're older enough. Hi, Mayan. What's up? Unless the kids are old enough to make food themselves, like my kid's 10, she can throw in chicken nuggets in the air fryer. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to like cook meals every single night. And then do what needs to be done, and also the things you need to do but you put a cap on it so that you don't feel resentful. So like for instance, if he left his towel on the floor, if he left his shoes everywhere, right? If you're like, okay, I need to do this for my mental health, then do it. But don't be angry about it. Okay? Because resentment will eat away all the good feelings you have for your man, and it will lead to divorce. It will lead to a breakup. 100%. So you need to resentment proof your relationship. I don't do anything for him that will make you angry or resentful. Do it for your mental health. Okay? If you have to do it. And then you leave everything be. Just know that it will get done. If you ask him to do it already, know it'll get done. And then if it doesn't, the whole world is not going to fall apart. I promise you. Hi! The whole world, my puppies are in the background. The whole world is not going to fall apart. I promise you. Okay? And he will feel the consequences of not doing it. That's important for you guy to learn. Okay? So, let's see. So you can start becoming and get back to who you were when you first met. This isn't about fixing yourself, okay? This is about remembering who the hell you are. Remember who the hell you are, okay? But we've been so entrenched in responsibilities and what's got to get done and our to-do list and obligation that we are just drowning, okay? And then we start pressuring a guy, but why aren't you doing? Why aren't you helping me? We've just gone back. See, when you first met him, you weren't, and you were just happy. You were yourself. But then with all the daily responsibilities and the weight and the pressures of life, okay, then that has really bogged you down. All that responsibility. There's no fun. There's no play. And now your relationship feels more like, your relationship feels more like work. My relationship used to feel like a 9-to-5 job with my fiance. And a lot of it was me. I was over functioning. So, and I just felt so exhausted and drained. And I promise you there's a better way. Okay, I promise you. If you want to check out that program that I have, then check out below in the description, and I'll pin it in a comment right after I'm done. Or go to SabrenaPhoenix.com, okay? So this is going to teach you how to become so magnetic and alluring that your guy can't help to want to be around you 24/7. You'll finally get his help, his effort, and feel loved and adored again, like you used to, okay? And that's a lot of stopping the behaviors, start to move in silence, without punishing him or feeling angry, and start learning how to live in your body, okay? My whole life changed when I did this. And the only way I know how to get your man's devotion is what's called activating your feminine essence. Have you heard that? So it could be feminine essence, feminine energy, the feminine part of you, okay? When you live from the neck up, that is masculine, okay? And that is the doing, initiating, getting shit done, taking care of business, okay? Living in your body is simply being you. You don't have to do anything. But we've come so far. Did I say fart? Oh my God, that's so embarrassing. We've become so far away from who we are that being seems like a foreign concept. Just being your amazing self and not having to do anything, and just enjoy the present moment. That's what we're talking about. And how to live from that place instead of here. Men naturally live from here. And women, when we are living in our bodies, okay, we become magnetic. You become this amazing, alluring, like magical unicorn to a man, because his whole job in life is to make you feel good. When you giggle, when you smile, when you shriek, you know, when he gets you present, you're just like, oh my God, right? Like Christmas morning. When you say, hey babe, you do that and that makes me feel good. Okay, that's what a man lives for. And I'm gonna add a bonus. The bonus one, so you have 3 things, you have 3 homeworks, okay? And the bonus one is when he does something that makes you feel good or makes you happy or something you've asked him to do, I want you to give him a genuine smile. Thank you, babe. Like he takes out the trash immediately, like you can touch his arm and say, thank you, babe. That makes my life easier. And give a genuine smile. Appreciation only works when you're genuinely saying it, like you feel it in your heart. You feel this warmth. You feel this gratitude for what he's doing. And that will literally change your relationship 1000%. When you start genuinely, you subtract all the bad, you subtract the stuff that are actually making your relationship emotionally unsafe, okay, by criticizing, complaining, nagging, all that stuff, and you start moving in silence. And then after that, you start genuinely appreciating what he's already doing, babe. He will want to give you more effort. I effing promise you. I effing promise you. And I go into a lot more depth in my program, Inspire His Devotion. Check it out below. I'll be posting it in just a minute, or go to sabrinaphoenix.com. Okay, and so I'm only going to have 10 spots. Hi, Harish from Bangladesh. Oh, that's so amazing. I'm only going to have 10 spots. That's it. Because the first round is going to be so super discounted. This took me 10K to learn and 10 years to learn. Think about it. Think about it. If my program's 9 weeks, I'm teaching you everything I learned in a decade that costs 10K. That is just unbelievable. So that you can get the love, adoration, devotion from your man that you used to get when you first met. Okay? And learning how these mind-body tools that I'm going to teach you, he's going to teach you how to live from your body. Okay, so you can genuinely, like, you're in connection with yourself, and you like become this magical unicorn with your man. I promise you. And he's going to start feeling like he did when you first met, and that's going to change everything. He's going to start becoming so much like just attracted to you. That's going to reinvigorate that. The spark is going to come back, and naturally, when you're already appreciating his effort. I'm so sorry for my dogs whining in the background. Be quiet. Oh. I rescued these labs. Someone had abandoned them. They were straight up just abandoned. Neighbors were giving them food. What kind of shit is that? Full-blooded labs. Yeah, they're so sweet. You guys want to see them? Let's see. Ugh. Hi. Hi, yes. What, did I get my arm? Yes, that's Duke. Yep. Put it back up here. Yeah, they're just so sweet. Here we go. I don't know what you're doing. There we go. Now up so you can see Duke. So, we're not meant to live in a relationship, stay in a relationships where we're not getting our needs met, where we don't feel good, where we don't feel happy, where we feel like we're basically the manager and not where we don't feel adored. Okay? We're not meant to stay in relationships like that. Like, love isn't supposed to feel like that. And I'm going to help you get your man's love, cherishing, adoration, and devotion like you deeply want. I don't know any woman that says, yeah, I don't care that I'm doing everything and my man does nothing and he stays late at work and he don't want to spend time with me. Right? We all want to be loved and adored and cherished. So, and that starts from living from your body, not your head, living from your body. So, using these mind-body tools that I'm going to teach you, literally, it transformed my whole life. Shush! Sorry. It transformed my whole life. So, it didn't just affect my relationships. It affects now how I feel 100% of the time. So, the big mistake is trying to fix, help, or boss your man. Okay? That will not. I'm about here. Okay? I'm about up to here. I'm talking to this puppy. You better stop. Hush. Okay. The biggest mistake, okay, is that is going to do the opposite. If you want your guy to step up, start giving you his love, adoration, cherishing, and adoration like you used to feel in your relationship, trying to fix, change, please, or boss him will not work. It does not work to get him to step up. I promise you. Okay, what is your name? Phoenix. Sabrina Phoenix. All right. You guys have any questions before I go? I'm kind of shocked that I talked for 20 minutes straight. I typically don't do that. I typically talk for just 10 minutes. Coffee. What relationship, mental health questions do you have that I can help you with? Let's see. Anthony has talked a lot in here. Hey, what's up? Thank you for all the hearts. If you like this, and thumb up and put a heart in the chat, let me know. Let me know what your mental health questions and relationship questions are. I'm a certified love and relationship coach, among other things, and a trained therapist. I guess I should have said that at the beginning. Oh well. We can just hang out and have a little coffee chat. What do you do? I'm a coach. Hence Phoenix Coaching. I help women have amazing, thriving relationships where they feel loved and adored. Get that extraordinary love that you've always been dreaming of. Any more questions? Hi, Shiraz. I'm sorry I can't pronounce these. Hush. I'm trying to find, how do you put a message down here? Start a poll, start a Q&A. Okay, cool. Let's see if I can put a comment. Okay. I'm going to put a comment right after the live, or go to sabrinaphoenix.com to sign up for the priority list. And like I said, I'm only going to have 10 peeps. That's it, 10 for this amazing transformational experience. Like, it took me a decade to learn. Like, when you think about that, like, wow. And I'm going to be tailoring it to the people inside the program. So it's not something that's already, my name is Naja, okay. It's not something that, it's not like a one size fits all. It's going to be tailor made to you and what you need specifically. It said, I am Nakshi and I'm single. Cool. Awesome. Okay. You need to hush. Come here. Come here, Luna. Oh, she can't come over here. That's probably why she's whining. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. I'm talking to my puppies. You guys have any questions before I go? Let me know in the chat. So check out for more details in the description or the comments. And I also go live on Fridays at 2 Central. Fridays at 2 Central. This is more just kind of like an impromptu coffee chat. We're just hanging out. I might do more of these because I really enjoy going live. And I enjoy hanging out with you guys. Hey, Bella. Bella just dropped her ball. She's like, hey, play with me. I'm good, Bella. And you know, another benefit from living from your body is triggers. Like, I'm barely triggered anymore. My emotions are so regulated, because that's what this does. The more you can stay and live inside your body and feel your feelings and know what you need, know what to say, like really speak up for yourself. And you know what really makes men powerless? Your feelings. Shh. Feelings make a man powerless, but we've been taught to ignore, avoid, and run away from them for so long. Like, how do you come back home to yourself? That's what we'll be talking about. You guys have any questions before I go? Oh, any advice for me? What's your question? Nakshi? I don't want to mispronounce your name. I hate that. I hate, like, when I say people's names wrong, but I mean, you're all the way over on the side of the world. Luna, shush. I'm going to beat you with my shoe. Hush, hush. That's my dog in the background. So, what's your question? Nakshi, let me know what your question is in the chat, and I would love to help. Check out my Doctor Who mug. I've only seen it a few times. I'm more of a Harry Potter gal myself. Put in the chat. Are you Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Slytherin, or Ravenclaw? Which one would you be? Hey, don't knock over my tripod, puppy. And go ahead and ask your question. I would love to help. Nakshi. Let's see, if you're single, how can I help you with your single? Go on dates with men you normally wouldn't go on dates with. Not any creepy or weird or men that you're just like repulsed by, okay? Go out with men who seem nice, even that you're friends with, okay, that you wouldn't normally say yes to. You'd say, well, I'm not attracted to them, okay? So that you can, as you get to know them and how they start treating you, okay, is going to be different than the man that you're, her whine is really bothering me, that you're going to be attracted to, and be in those relationship patterns with. So say yes to going out with men who are the maybes. These are normal looking men, okay, that are good men. Don't ignore them. That's my advice to you if you're single, because you didn't put your question in the chat. Any questions before I go, guys? I'm going to rough you up, Luna. Keep whining. I rescued these labs. They're like a few months old, and they were abandoned and had no food. Just don't bite that leash. Yeah, poor babies. And now my actual dog, Bella, I've had her on some of my lives. She is so like, she was pissed. She was pissed. I guess we were supposed to ask her for permission to bring other animals home. Like, oh, you want me to throw your toy? Dang, girl. Here's her ball. Okay, go get it. You guys have any questions before I go? Let me know. I would love to help. And I want you to know that how would I get into a relationship? Well, like I said, I actually have some videos on dating, so check those out. They were all shorts, like I did a whole shorts sequence, like series, okay? Well, you start with dating, and you take your time. You take your time. Don't do any instant relationships, instant sex. You know, in America, it's like sex on the third date. Screw that. That's ridiculous. You can't get to know a man if you're high on the chemicals that sex brings. Not to mention, men don't bond that way. Men bond after they're in love with you. Then they bond to you. Women bond as soon as we have sex. I like him, but he has a girlfriend. Any advice? He's taken. He's taken. And when the time is right, then, you know, I'm not sure what age you are, but he won't have that girlfriend forever. If it's meant to be, then he'll come back to you. So you just go on living your big, beautiful, amazing life, and you'll meet someone else, or he'll be done with that girl. It's also a way for us to continually get rejected. You know what I'm saying? When someone's with someone and we're pining and wanting them, he's probably not who you think he is. Like, we us women fantasize about men, and we think that, you know, we project onto them. Oh, this dog is killing me. She does not like being on a leash. I tell you what. You're 22. Okay, yes. Build your big, beautiful life, okay? And does he already know that you like him? Also, liking someone who is with someone, like I said, is just a way for us to continually feel rejected and get rejected over and over and over again. And it's very painful. It's would be a pattern. So, actually, no, I don't think so. Okay. And how long has he been with her? Shh, Luna! Shutty! How long has he been with her? You know. And do you like attractive men who like you? That's what my question would be. Because if you don't like attractive men who like you, then you just may be a 1 year. Okay. If you don't like attractive men who like you back, then it may just be you like him because of that feeling of continually being rejected over and over again. It's basically a self-sabotaging. I can't talk today. It's basically like how we sabotage ourselves by going after someone we can't have. And it's there's a difference between longing and love. Okay? Longing is missing someone and you're not getting. I can't talk with this dog whining. Luna, I'm going to get you. Longing is, we can confuse that with love. Love feels open, amazing, expansive, like you can take on the world with someone. Longing is just kind of like this emptiness, and we keep thinking about and missing them, and it's very painful. So yes, I would build your big beautiful life, have lots of hobbies, have lots of friends, and if the time is right, then it'll work. And if attractive men who are available who want you and you don't want them, I would look at that pattern of going after people who are unavailable, because it's called repetition compulsion, because we are recreating the same experience we had as children because we're hoping to eventually work it out and heal that situation. So we're attracted to people who are unavailable, who can't actually love us, who are in relationships. That's another one. Actually, I didn't know he has a girlfriend last week. I saw him with her. Okay. And what I would say to my 20-something-year-old self, okay, what I would say is give men a chance, even men that are would be maybes. Like they're still attractive, cute, whatever, but you might not feel anything for them, because it's different when you actually get to know each other instead of just constantly going after chemistry and sparks with someone. That's not what creates a lasting relationship. It's compatibility. That's what creates a lasting relationship. So if a man asks you out and he looks normal, good, a little attractive, then go ahead and go out with him and see what unfolds. And when this guy treats you like gold and you can truly be yourself and he's an amazing man, you'll start developing what's called emotional attraction for him. And he'll become so much more attractive. Now I have my other dog. I have one dog whining, and I have my other dog over here trying to get her ball. Does that help, Sarah? That's what I would have told my younger self. Stop chasing men that they're sparks, that you feel chemistry, okay? Because that just has to do with childhood stuff. And start saying yes to men who you consider maybes, okay? Who are attractive, kind, loving, good men, and see what happens. Start letting them take you out. Let them buy you dinner. Let them give you a good time. And then see what unfolds. Because I was attracted to emotionally unavailable men. So what happens is we would go on dates and everything's fine, and it would be really hot at the beginning, and then 2-3 months later it's like they're completely uninterested, and I'm like, what the fuck? The problem was they were avoidant. Okay. And because of childhood stuff, I would continually get into those patterns. It was just like the same guy over and over again without a different face, because part of me wanted to heal that part that felt rejected. Okay. And so I was finding men attracting men who were emotionally unavailable, and it kept hurting me again and again and again. So I had to learn to become emotionally available. When I became emotionally available, I could see. I'm going to throw my shoe at you, dog. Luna! Hush! When I became emotionally available, then I could see and feel the difference. See, you feel it in your body. 100%. When you're around men who are no good for you, who are unavailable, you can learn how to feel it using the mind-body tools that I'll be teaching in that program. Hopefully that helps, Sarah. Thank you so much for contributing. If you guys have any questions after the live, please let me know. I would love to help. And that program will be in the description. Okay. Hope you guys have an amazing day. I will be back Friday, 2 Central, okay? Bye. Love you guys.